What's up, guys? Hi, people. Hi. Hey. Canvas. Yes, that's who I am. So I announced a couple weeks ago that my album is out, which is cool, and it is now on Spotify, which is exciting. Yay! So, yeah, all my Spotify users, you find it Epitaph, Epitaph, and a picture of me will pop up, and you can find it there or any other mediums, platforms except Tidal. So go check that out.
Hey guys. So the University Programming Board is looking to book you guys for Third Fridays. So the Third Friday events, if you haven't been to one, happens the third Friday of each month, makes sense. And it's usually some theme. There's like a little like party, there's free food for all you guys, and there's entertainment. The next Third Friday in October is Caribbean themed. So if you have some type of Caribbean vibe or you know someone, please talk to me or any of people on UPB outside after this. And if you just want to be booked for a Third Friday later on, talk to me outside of here after this. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Aubrey Little, and I am one of the music writers for a new student-led magazine we're starting on campus this year called West Road, and we are looking for you guys to be featured in the magazine and also hopefully play at the festival we're putting on at the end of the year. So if you want to be featured in an on-campus publication and perform on campus, please email me at allittle@loyola.edu with a link to somewhere to listen to you and a brief description of who you are and what you do. That's allittle@loyola.edu. I'll also be in the back after forum if you want to talk more. Thanks, guys.
What's up, everybody? My name's David. What up? And I work with the music industry office here at Loyola. So we're starting a promotional website for artists here at Loyola. If you're looking for another outlet to get your music out, it's a great idea. It's literally free promotion for you as artists. We're going to be reaching out to venues, publications, and blogs especially. So if you're interested in this marketing opportunity, please send me an email at misoutreach@gmail.com. That's misoutreach@gmail.com. Thank you, guys. And if you don't get the email, if you see me walking around campus, just say hi, and I'd be happy to help you out. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hello, guys. Hello. My name's Dustin. I'm a transfer student, so I know next to none of you guys, but I'm starting an exciting new band. I'm looking for strong soloists. Preferably you could, what? Hold it to my mouth. I'm starting a band with a focus on jazz pop fusion. Please let me know if you're interested. I'm looking for strong soloists who have an interest for that sort of thing. Thanks, and have a great day.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Hey, y'all. How you doing? So my name is Raven. For those of you who don't know me, I am on the e-board for the Residence Hall Association, and this Friday for Family Weekend, we are holding an open mic night. So this is giving you an opportunity to perform. Freshmen, sometimes you don't have that outfit, so come on down, We accept all. We're welcoming of all. If you have any more questions about open mic night or how to register, come find me at the forum. I'll always be here, or just go to RHA Facebook, and you know what the deal is. Come on Friday. Have a good day. Have a good day.
Hey, guys. My name is Kayla Mims, and I released a single yesterday, my very first single, and it's on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, iTunes, wherever you listen to music, it's there. And I have stickers that I'm handing out, so if you want some, come hit me up. And my last name is spelled with an S, not a Z, so hit me up on Spotify, follow me there. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, my name is Andrew. I'm currently interested in starting a drum line here at Loyola. I noticed we don't have one, so might as well start one, right? So if anyone's interested, y'all can come see me outside of Forum, or if y'all see me walking around anywhere, just come find me and hit me up, let me know. Thank y'all.
Hi, my name is Alexis Carney. I am a music industry studies major alumni. I graduated class of 2016. I started a company called Deaf Child. You can look me up on Facebook. I have a monthly series coming up at Gravier Street Social called The Deep End, where I would invite you to swim deeper. I am here with DJ Lentisco, aka John Michel. I also want to talk to you before I hand it over to him about Yellow Tune. If you're a vocalist or an instrumentalist or a soloist or maybe in the film industry and you need someone to work with you on putting together a professional track, check out yellowtune.com. And you can email info@yellowtune.com and they will work with you and send you a demo for free. And you can see if you like it. And then if you like it, you can get a whole song. And it's free. It's just a demo. And let's talk about the Deep End.
Hi, everyone. I'm DJ Lentisco. October 8th, Saturday, the Deep End, the first Deep End, is going to occur at Gravier Street. It only costs $5. Sorry, $5 por si acaso. And I hope to see all of you there before, or like, to party for the fall break, you know.
Alrighty then. This is exciting, right? Okay, I'm glad everybody got the many memos that we're in a different room. We're in a bigger room. If you're in the back and you can't hear, you want to be closer, there's plenty of seats available right up front. So feel free to come down because you might want to be close to our guest and interviewer today. When you leave today, I know we only had one attendance table on the entrance, but when you leave today, you can scan out either on that side or on that side. So if you're sitting on this side of the room, go out on that side through that door right next to Kyle. Kyle, can you stand up? Go out that door right next to Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. Okay, a couple quick announcements before we get to the main event. Oh, also on attendance, next Monday, we have Song Trust coming to Forum, and we're going to have 2 entrances open in Nunemaker. The traditional 3rd floor entrance and the 2nd floor entrance, which is near the elevators. So you can come in either way to Forum next Monday. Tomorrow night, there's a bunch of stuff going on. There's 2 shows with student bands, and I don't want to play favorites. So I'm just going to say the venues, one at the Hi-Ho and one at the Willow, both starting at 9 p.m. And we have a show of pop-com performers at Satchmo's starting at 7. So if you're around campus at 7 o'clock, do not be anywhere but Satchmo's, which is downstairs in the Dana Center. And Kate Duncan, who couldn't be here tonight, asked me to say that there's still room for performers for the Satchmo's show tomorrow night. So if you want to perform at Satchmo's tomorrow, you can email Kate in the next 24 hours. Okay, I think that's it. We are really excited about tonight's guests, and I want to congratulate Ethan for putting this together. Yeah. So please welcome to Loyola, well, first of all, to do the interview, our own Lovell UP Cooper. And our special guest today, who's also playing later on tonight at Gaza Gaza, and you all have to go, Def Jam recording artist, Bibi Bourelly.
Hey. This is... Enjoy.
So is my mic on?
Yeah.
Sick. What up? Yeah. Oh shit, you guys are in school. Ha ha. Ouch.
So What's up?
What's that?
Dude, see, Lo messed me up because I had this dope intro for you that I was going to say.
What was it?
You took my intro. Y'all want to hear my intro? Yeah. All right, let me tell you my intro. I got to...
Oh, shit.
All right. I got to read off this paper because it's a... All right, so I would like to introduce to you a young woman, singer and songwriter, introduced to the world by her undeniable writing capabilities, of which I'm sure are not limited to Rihanna's Bitch Better Have My Money, and second, by her remarkable and extremely impressive songs Ego and Riot, of which I considered a breath of fresh air when I heard them.
Damn.
The female with 100% beauty, rawness and swag, I proudly and humbly present to you Bibi Bourelly.
I'll stop it. Just kidding.
So that's what's up. So
That was lit. I like that intro.
you like that one?
I feel cool now.
Always. So I'm going to read off this. Now, I wrote it really tiny, so
Oh, damn.
I'm going to be like this sometimes.
You did write it tiny.
That's small as hell.
You don't have a problem seeing. That's for sure.
Okay, so, okay, before we go any further, I mean, I was reading your bio, right? So we're going to talk briefly about just who you are, your history. I was reading your bio on Def Jam, and it speaks of you hanging out on rooftops and subways and getting into trouble with friends. Now, and this is before any music industry stuff ever sparked. So can you speak a little about that? Because I'm interested, because I think people look at artists as perfect people.
Yeah.
And your image and brand are basically showing imperfections.
Yeah.
And how it's okay to be imperfect.
Right.
And I love that. So can you speak about that? 'Cause I love that.
Well, like, to me, right, the definition of a real artist is imperfection, right? Anything that's picture perfect is not really art.
Right.
Art is the ability to, create something beautiful out of all of the kind of weird, jumbled emotions that we feel inside of ourselves every day.
Right.
I grew up in Berlin, Germany. I was really, really terrible at school. Like, fucking terrible. Like, depressingly terrible. My mom passed away at 6.
Right.
My father was a musician. Growing up, I used to be like a city rat. I don't know, run around the streets and shit. They told me, I'm sorry guys, I have a potty mouth. That's just how I talk. My bad. Like,
They say we
I'm trying to filter it. I'm really terrible at it.
She's trying.
But I'm gonna just be trill and be myself.
It's the effort that matters, right?
Yeah. I would just, I couldn't go to school and I couldn't really go home because of the issues that kind of school created for me at home.
Right.
And so I kicked it with the kids that wasn't going to school and weren't going home. And we weren't bad kids, like, we would maybe do graffiti here and there and like fucking shoplift, like gum. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't like gang banging. But we weren't in school.
Right.
And that experience influenced a lot of my writing today because I got to live life, I was kind of rejected by society.
Right.
Subconsciously, kind of indirectly. The reason why I wasn't good at school is not because I'm stupid, it's genuinely because that's just not how I learn.
Right.
You know what I mean? And having to constantly feel like you have to live up to other people's standards and you're not good enough at being yourself and etc.
I love it.
Yeah, it made me who I am today.
I'm gonna let you write my bio.
Yeah.
That's about the same thing. It's very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so you spoke about your mom real quick.
Yeah.
And I understand that she passed from cancer. So I can tell you that I understand that because I've had my grandfather and other people in my family who are important to me pass from cancer also. So I have a word for cancer that I'm not going to say right now, but
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
You're not allowed to cuss, I am.
Yeah, well, I can curse. I'm just. So let me see. Okay, so and I understand that your parents have a different kind of heritage, a Moroccan and Haitian influence.
Yeah.
That's dope. First of all, because Haitian, you a little bit of us in you.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
I'm
that-
black.
I'm saying us like New Orleans.
Oh.
We're not.
I thought you just trying to play me.
No. I mean New Orleans, because that's
Okay.
where we're all Haitian,
Okay.
from slave trades and.
Okay, cool.
All right. No, I wasn't trying to play.
Like, what you mean? Like,
So, I mean, I guess what I'm asking is, tell me what influences your parents may have played on you.
had on me?
Yeah, had on you.
Well, it's weird because I have, like my mom wasn't there. She passed away at 6.
Right.
She wasn't there for most of my life, but she influenced me heavily because of the experience, right? So when I was younger, I always remembered my mother being sick. I always remembered her having cancer and her being sick. I didn't understand what that entailed, but I understood that she would go to the hospital or whatever. She never really showed any signs of weakness. But when she passed away, it taught me one of the most valuable lessons that I've ever learned in my life, which is kind of the dynamic of how things are supposed to work.
Right.
When you're 6 years old, like, you still believe in Santa Claus, you still believe in fucking the Tooth Fairy. To have something so serious happen, right? Death.
Yeah, now you got to believe in that.
And have to, right, and have to understand what that means, and that whole process taught me how life works. Because I grew up under those circumstances, right?
Right.
When bad things happen, good things happen, you either sink or swim, right? You either survive or you don't survive. At the end of the day, through all sorrow, through all depression, through all anxiety, through all anguish inside of you, you have to make a decision to either sink or swim. And because I had to make that decision at a very young age, it became a mentality, you know what I mean? Right. It was engraved in me to have this, to be a survivalist, to have this kind of undying willingness to live, because life is fragile. It actually really is fragile. Like, people die every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? People who are not supposed to die every day.
Right.
And so in that sense, that's how my mother influenced me, right? Understanding good and bad, pain, being able to understand pain and being able to verbalize this pain. I remember when I was younger, when I was like 6 and 7, I would feel these incredibly strong emotions, but I didn't have the diction or the intelligence yet or the words to express what I was feeling. And so what I would do is I would scream. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because for some reason I always understood how to express emotions through my voice.
Right.
And it would be this piercing, loud scream. And then the older I got, the better I understood my voice. And then I would start to sing. I was always singing, but I used to incorporate these weird screams when I was singing.
Right.
Because I just didn't know how to express it or express how I felt. So that's what my mom's taught me. And my father, I actually just got my father tattooed on me. It's new.
Yo, that's awesome.
It's sick. I got it done in Dallas in some random tattoo shop. I was like, bro, you could tat me? He was like, sure. It's like, okay. Yeah. And he is like, obviously, not just saying this because he's my pops, but he's a prolific guitar player who play like somebody who was trying to play behind someone else, right?
Right.
He was a guitar player, but turned it into art, right?
Presence.
Right.
Yeah.
Presence and artistry, and he still is. And every album he comes out with sounds completely different. So he subconsciously influenced me because I was around it. You know what I mean? I was around music from the womb. Like I understand music like a language, the same way like, you know, when a child hears the English language and et cetera, when they're like fucking toddlers and they eventually say mom and dad.
Right.
That's the same way that I picked up on the language of music. It was very subconscious. He taught me how to, he taught me everything, right, as far as music, subconsciously, because I was around it, yeah.
So, once again, I'm gonna have you write my bio. Because it's like hearing you talk, I'm like, oh God, that's exactly how I grew up.
Really?
Like that's the same thing.
That's
so that's awesome. Like to hear that, and I totally can understand, like where you're coming from with that. It's same experiences.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know, very same experiences. Oh, just side note. You grew up in Berlin, right?
Yeah.
Do you have an accent?
I can speak German.
You can speak
Fluently.
German. I mean, I'm sure you can speak, but
Did I have an accent?
yeah. Did you did you get rid of the accent or did you?
No, I learned both languages like at the same time. I went to like an international school in Berlin.
Oh, okay.
It was a bilingual school, so we had German class and English class. The same way like a Spanish person that's from America can speak Spanish fluently and English fluently. It's the same way I could speak both languages.
I envy anyone who speaks two languages.
It's a really ugly language though, I'm not gonna lie.
It's very harsh. That's all I know about it.
Yeah, it's not very sexy.
Extremely harsh. Yeah.
I like your shirt, by the way. I have the same shirt.
Hey. So, I guess a simple question is, when did you figure out you could sing? Like, when did that hit you? Or are you still figuring that out?
No, it was never. I mean, you could do whatever you want to do.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I never like was like, okay, today I'm waking up and today is the day that I have learned how to sing. Like, you know what I mean? To some jazz singers, to some bitches out here that could really blow, like, I can't sing, you know what I mean? Like Ella Fitzgerald would be like, you're cute.
Right.
That's adorable. You know what I mean? Like, so, I could do whatever I want to do. I just, you know what? And I don't know, because I've been asked this question so many times. Bibi, when did you start thinking that you are capable of anything, you're adequate of anything? I don't know when that happened. I think that it literally happens through repetition. I think that my circumstances have forced me to kind of obsess with this whole idea that I'm capable and adequate of anything, that now it's so ingrained in me that I don't even.
That's the answer, though.
Yeah.
I get it.
Cool.
That's the answer. Your repetition and just doing
repetition,
repetition and doing it every day and believing that you are, you know how they say, thoughts become things.
Yeah, they do.
And
if
you believe you can do something, then inevitably and eventually you will, with practice, do what you set out to do in the first place.
Yeah.
I love this.
But, you know, and before every show, you know, because at first I used to get, believe it or not, right, I used to get hella nervous when I used to go on stage and shit, because that shit mad weird sometimes. But before every show, also, there was a point in my career where I was under so much pressure that from the outside world and because you guys have to remember, right, 3 years ago, I was not perceived as a successful individual. This is 3 years ago. This is not 10 years ago. This is not like 15 years ago. This is 3 years ago. I was failing at everything, like at life. You know what I mean? I was failing at school, like barely graduated, beefed with my parents, got kicked out the house. Like, I had no choice. You know, I had to believe in myself because no one else believed in me. And there would be moments when I started to get a little bit successful where I was put under this significant pressure because I'd never felt that before. I'd never been viewed as successful. The dynamic, you know what I mean, from the outside world to inside is just mad fucking weird. So I would repeat to myself when I would go to bed, because I would think to myself, God, fuck, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. You know what I mean? I literally am so anxious I can't go to bed.
Right.
And it got really unhealthy. And then after a while, I would say to myself over and over again, I tried counting sheep, I tried doing a bunch of different things, shit don't work. And then I started saying to myself over and over again, I'm capable of anything, I live in health, the earth is in my favor, and all the right answers are inside of me. And that shit sounds so fucking corny, but it works.
No, it doesn't.
Dog, and I would say that over and over again now. Before every single show I say it, but it's gotten to the point where I've said it so many times that I believe it. You know what I mean?
What did I? Me and you?
Okay,
see,
we're the same person.
Hey, look.
We're the same person.
No, here's why I
Okay.
say that. Here's why I say that. And anybody in here will tell you that, even my people over there. The one thing I do with myself before I produce a record or before I do anything or even do shows with them, I say no excuses.
Yeah.
And anybody who's been in my classes will know, because I teach them that. And it's excuses are tools of the incompetent, used to be monuments of nothing.
Yeah.
Those who specialize in them seldom succeed in anything.
Yeah.
And that's my mantra as it
Yeah.
is. You know, so when I am, like you say, put under those pressure situations, I can't have an excuse to fail.
No, you can't.
So that's why I do. I love it. It's beautiful, dog.
Cool.
All right, so, okay, now this is my question, because we haven't even talked about the songs yet, but I'm sure everybody in here has heard the song, so I kind of want to know you and kind of your situation. Now, every song you have has a different vibe to it, and I love that.
Thank you.
Because it shows a level of diversity that most artists don't have.
Thank you.
Do you use the same producer, or
Fuck
do
no.
you?
Work with the same person every day? That's like being married to someone. Hell no.
All right. No, but hey,
Hey, like.
there it is.
Be the real.
So you feel like those different people give you. Here's my thing. Do you go to them with words?
No.
With ideas, or do you come up with it together as a kind of a build? Or
I hate that.
You hate that too?
I hate that shit.
So how do you work? How do you do this? How do you make this magic?
Actually, I shouldn't say I hate it, because it always happens differently every time. But when I'm creating, I'm mad controlling, because I know what I want to say, and it's just like, you know, when somebody's fucking playing with your songs and like in your shit, it's kind of annoying. But I'm so there's a bunch of different kinds of writers, right, or creative people, right. I'm a freestyle writer. Okay. That's just how I write, right? I write off the top of my head. I'm not the type of bitch that can sit at a song for a week. It's just not happening. I'm not doing it, no. You know what I mean? Usually the way I do it is I create to chord progressions. Because the reason why I don't like creating to beats that are already complete is like shooting a movie without the storyline, right? Like, to me that doesn't make sense, right? To me the top line is the song, and the music behind it has to kind of complement what the content and the emotion of the top line is.
Right.
So, yeah, I usually hear a chord progression that I like, and I'll sit there and I'll, record it line by line, and then I have the song or whatever.
Right.
Sometimes I work with old heads though that are like way more musical than I am, who check me and who are like, yo, chill, like shut up. You know what I mean? Like, and who kind of give me that structure. But that's the way I like to create.
Right.
Like, bitch better have my money, which I'm sure you're gonna ask me about in a second.
I'm not.
Oh,
They
really?
might. They might.
Okay, cool.
I'm not.
Okay, but for example, that record, like, I wrote that to an actual finished product, but I was also drunk as shit when I wrote it. And I was
So
drunk as shit when I wrote it. And yeah, so I probably was feeling things that I wouldn't usually feel.
Like, bitch better have your money.
Yeah. I was drunk as shit and broke as hell.
So you turned into a female pimp?
Yeah. I was like, man, I'm tired of being broke.
Right. I like it.
Anyone here ever been broke before? Yeah, right now, right? College life. Ice and tap water and shit.
She said ramen noodles.
I hate it when you go to your college friend's house and the fridge is split and like the roommate has like hella fancy shit in the fridge and like your friend has like milk and like I hate that.
Oh, that's funny. So, all right. So, I'm not gonna ask you about Bitch Better Have My Money because I'm sure they will.
Okay, cool.
That's why I'm not gonna ask you about that. But what I want to focus on is your songs.
Oh.
I want to focus on Ego and Riot, specifically Ego and Riot.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about your influences on writing those songs because they have, like Riot spoke to me a certain way because it's very relevant right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Ego, I just love fucking Ego. That was just,
Thank you.
that was the first record I heard from you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, she's sick.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Just like that, yeah.
Yeah.
She's sick.
It really, I mean,
Thank
really,
you.
I called my people and was like, yo, Bibi is dope.
Thank you.
And then they make me feel dumb. Like, oh man, you ain't know who Bibi was? I'm sorry.
Word.
I'm out the loop.
Thank you. So which one do you want me to start on?
That's what it's on you.
So Ego, right? So I wrote Ego when I was 19 years old. Has anyone in here heard Ego? Yes. All right, cool. I wrote that shit when I was 19 years old. And I had packed my bags, been like, yo, Auntie Paula, I was living with my aunt at the time. I was like, deuces, I'm about to go to LA. She's like, what if you like fail? And I'm like, then I'm fucked. Like, she's like, no, don't go. I'm like, I'm going, whatever, packed my shit, left. And I was living with my manager at the time. And I had been told, right, my entire life that I was incapable or inadequate. Or that Bibi, you're actually smart. Why aren't you succeeding in this academical world? Or why aren't you, why don't you listen? Just dumb shit. Because what you're saying doesn't make sense. That's why, but anyway. And I just felt mad, unaccepted. But that was kind of my, like in Ego, right? I went from high school to Hollywood, Hollywood to stadiums, stadiums to the whole wide world singing my song along before I got any success. And this year, I opened up for Rihanna in Germany, all the German dates in stadiums.
Right.
And like the year prior to this year, right, 19 years old, I came out with Bitch Better Have My Money and the whole world, well, she came out with Bitch Better Have My Money, but the whole world was singing my song. You know what I mean? And I traveled around the world. And I was kind of just, like I said, putting that out in the air, setting it forth. It was just this undying kind of, just so much passion in me. You know what I mean? I want, till this day, I want to be myself so bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to live or exist in a world where people every day pretend to be things they're not. I don't want to live like that. And I don't want my peers or the people around me to live like that. You know? And that's how Ego came about, right? Just really wanting to be who I was, and I don't care, this is who I am. You know what I mean? And Riot, again, it's the same kind of concept. That's where the record came from. Obviously, when you listen to Riot, it could apply to so many different things.
Right.
It could apply to a relationship, it could apply to, all the fucked up shit that's currently going on in the world. Excuse my language. I know I'm at a school, whatever. And like, so Riot, Riot, but the emotions still derive from the same place.
Right. I got you. No, I love it.
Cool.
Dude, now, what's the one is that Riot that has kind of the acoustic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that record. I really like
Thank
it.
you.
I just wanted to say that.
Appreciate it. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I like the video. It
Yeah.
starts with the kind of the Trump supporters and
Yeah. Ew.
yeah, that was.
Yo, tell your parents not to vote for Donald Trump. Like, yo, our parents have to chill. I don't know what they be thinking sometimes. What did she say?
Donald Trump make you know, please don't smoke crack.
I don't even know who said that.
All right, so I don't know how else to say this, but I heard the song Perfect.
Uh-huh.
And I have to, if I had my hat on, I'd have to take it off to you.
Oh,
Because those are the types of records I love.
Thank you.
Like, it's full of soul. It's full of something that a lot of artists nowadays, even if they have it, they don't express it and they don't show it.
Thank you.
When, like, I don't know, when you just put those chords and that organ or Rhodes or whatever it was in there, and it was just like, okay, this song was it. I don't know, I got an emotional kind of something from it. It made like, there's certain records you listen to and I almost get like lightheaded when you hear something, you be like, yo, that's so, it gives you a euphoric feeling.
Thank you.
That's how Perfect made me feel. So, and it's featuring Earl St. Clair.
Yeah, he just dropped his video today, by the way, Earl St. Clair. He's lit.
So if y'all haven't seen Perfect, know that that's my favorite record she's done thus far. And
thank you.
Love it. It's me and you. Can you just speak on that record? I mean,
Sure.
it's a phenomenal record.
So Perfect I wrote while I was kind of already involved and invested in the industry. I was already in there, whatever, working with people. And Hollywood is scary. It's a very scary place, especially for someone like me who used to could get on like rooftops and and cusses and all this weird shit. So Hollywood is just, if you go to LA to work in the industry without purpose, a lot of dark stuff happens inside that whole community.
Yeah.
So I was surrounded at the time with a bunch of people who were really creepily perfect, but you knew they weren't. But do you know what I'm saying?
I know the Hollywood people, I got you.
So it kind of drove me crazy for a little because it's weird. You feel like, has anyone ever seen The Great Gatsby? You know what I mean? You feel like you're in this fake world.
Yeah, everyone wears a mask.
Dog, you know what I mean? So I wrote Perfect about that. Not wanting to become like that. I watched a lot of people even just coming up in LA and working, aspire to be that and lose themselves.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. Anybody in here, please don't try to be that. Be you, please. I know I cut you off, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Please be you, because I meet a lot of artists and actors and whatever else, and the worst thing about them is when they put the fake smiles on and they put the, oh yeah, and then and don't believe what you see on Instagram and Facebook and all those things, because that is so not a lot of people's lives. They're at home miserable, this, that, and the other.
Right.
And they put on that fake smile to create some fake lifestyle that they live. And
Right. So the biggest lesson I learned was that at the time I was around the richest people in the world, right? I was in the room with the richest people in the world, the most well-known people in the world. And like I said a couple of years ago, I was around poor people. And emotions are the same. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like human emotion globally is the same. And I'd aspire to be in these rooms, because you think to yourself, if I work really, 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 really hard, then one day I'm gonna be amongst the best in the world, and I'm gonna get into this room and they're gonna be the greatest of all time, and it's gonna be the greatest thing that I've ever experienced, right? And you unwrap the box and you realize there's nothing there. And then you think about it, And it's like, there's 14-year-old girls, you know what I mean, who like stick their fingers down their throats. You know what I mean? You know, there's people our age who don't feel like they should live anymore, aspiring to be this thing that doesn't even exist. It's not even real. You know, so that's where that song derived from. Even when you watch the video, have you seen the video? I was so scared of becoming that, of losing myself, because it's easy. Right. It's so easy. You know what I mean? That I wanted to peel this. I didn't want any involvement in it. Right. You know, I wanted people to see everything that was wrong with me before I turned into somebody that was like a puppet or whatever. So yeah, that's where that song came from.
Yeah, I mean, she keeps leaving me speechless. I'm usually never caught speechless, but.
Thank you.
So, is there a album coming soon?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
So tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow my new single drops. It's called Ballin'. It's about being broke as fuck. Yeah, and I go back in October to work on the album. I've been on tour for like 3 months. I was with, I know, on a bus. People think this is glamour life. It's not glamour life. Does anyone know who Haim is? Yeah? I opened for Haim, and then I did Rihanna in Europe, and now I'm doing my own show. I have a show tonight, so you guys should all come through and get lit with me. Did you guys hear me? You guys should all come through and get lit with me. Yeah, and the album I work on October, November. Okay. But I'm so annoying that like literally the day prior to the album dropping, I'll be like, no, scrap every single song. I suck. I'm terrible.
Oh, but that happens.
I know.
But
it's the worst.
What do they say? Songs are never completed; they're abandoned.
That's true.
You know, we just have to say, there it is. And I would love to change this, and I would love to do that.
But whatever, just take it.
Whatever is, there it is.
I know.
You can have it. So that I don't continue asking questions, I guess now is a good time, if it's okay with you. We can take some questions from some of the students, if they have any.
I love this part.
So, now, if I ask you a question, I don't know if there's a mic that we could pass around, or they just got to speak loud, or... Yeah, let's do that. That way we can make sure, not just us, but everybody hears the question they're asking.
You guys are so polite.
So, I guess. All right. So who you got, Bibi?
Why I gotta pick?
Hey.
You pick.
You want me to pick? All right, who wants to ask a question? Raise your hand high so I can see it. Right there, red shirt. Yep, don't hear nothing.
Wie bitte?
That mic's not on.
Hast du ein Lied auf Deutsch geschrieben?
Nee, das hört sich scheiße an.
Genau.
Did anyone understand what we just said? What, did that just freak you guys out? He just asked me if I ever wrote a song in German. I'm like, no, that would sound terrible. Her in the back. You, yes, girlfriend.
I gotta put my hat back on. I can't see.
You, girlfriend. Scream.
Hello. So you talked about how you went from, I guess, having a lot of struggles and then being here now, but you didn't really talk a lot about the journey to get here. So I was just wondering, like, how did you get in contact with Rihanna? How did you find your song? How are you, releasing songs and touring now? Like, what's the process for you?
Oh, for me. I get asked that question a lot, like a lot. And I think the reason why I'm so vague about that question is because I don't know myself. I don't know how I got here. It's all basically off of sporadic moments of opportunity that I was able to detect, and intuition, you know, how to handle those opportunities. Like, obviously there's a long chain of events, you know, but there's no step-by-step process. That doesn't exist. Like, everybody has their own way of doing things. And like, we think that opportunity is supposed to come, the way like society makes it seem, is that, you know, opportunity is supposed to come all dressed up in gold, like, hey dude, here I am, check me out. When really, opportunity is surrounds us every day. There's so many opportunities in the world. It's just about, but they're disguised. You know what I mean? They don't come, they're not obvious. You just have to have the willingness to recognize them and the belief in yourself to take advantage of them. The first thing I did was get out of my comfort zone, was move, right? The first thing I did was pack my stuff and say, I have to go. I cannot do what I need to do here. The second thing I did was work consistently, tirelessly. I have over 2,000 songs that the world will probably never hear. Maybe 5 of those, like, how many songs do I have out? I have 3 singles out.
Right.
You know, Riot's not even a single. Do you know how many songs I've written in my entire life? Like, just consistency. And yeah, like, from there, things just fall into place. When people feel that you're genuine and like, it's like a magnet, right? When you really have that pure, genuine desire to become everything that you know you could be, whatever it is, if you're the best fucking paper filer, if you're the best dog walker, I don't care if you're the best Uber driver, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, if you truly have the desire within yourself to become that, you will, inevitably. Yeah. I feel like Obama right now.
Right. Like motivational speakers. She's definitely a motivational speaker because that was motivational. Who you got?
Adidas.
Thank you. Who are some of your favorite artists?
Like, of all time? Stevie Wonder, for sure. Right? Like, incredible. Fuck. I like Tribe Called Quest. I like a lot of old shit, like, you know, Janice, Tribe Called Quest. Like now, right now, I like Nao now. You guys know her? She's so, yes! No, I like her. I like Little Sims, who's one of my closest friends. You guys should check her out. She's from London. Who else do I like? I like PJ, who's not here right now, but she's opening up for me on my tour. She's incredible, like a phenomenal writer. But you know what? I don't really have favorite artists. I like songs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the type of person to like an entire, like a person's entire catalog. Like, I don't like, I'm not really like that. I like songs. Top 5 songs?
Damn. Go through that mental Rolodex.
Living for the City by Stevie Wonder for sure.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Hallelujah? I like Jeff Buckley's version, but that's one of the best written songs of all time. You gotta do this to me. Suck a Nigga by Tribe Called Quest.
Hey, suck it nigga, whoever you are.
Hey, you guys asked me. I don't know, man. I can't do this shit right now. This is just too hard. Who else? Fuck. I don't fucking know. I'm like.
It's all good. We trust.
Bitch, better have my money. Like, shameless self-promo. I don't know. I can't do this shit right now.
That's a fire record, though.
Sorry.
Who else we got? Who else you got?
Girlfriend in the back. Yes, you. You put your.
So I need to ask you a question before.
Okay.
1 second.
Well, it usually just happens. Just write it out. I write a lot too, right? I write like a lot of just bullshit just on a daily basis. It depends on how you create. Like, because I freestyle a lot of my top line, what happens is I'll take mental notes in the back of my brain, and then one day when I feel some type of way, it'll just indirectly, subconsciously come out. But writer's block, you can't really do anything about. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to wait that out, you know, and not put pressure on yourself. Writer's block a lot of the times comes from pressure, or it just comes from boredom or, you know, whatever. But it goes away. It's, you know, I used to think writer's block did not exist until I started writing professionally, and that shit is real. Did that answer your question? Okay. Who's next? You, sir. Yes, you. Yes, you.
So, who's like on the Bibi Bourelly squad? Like, do you have like mentor or like you got your manager, your publicist, stuff like that? Who do you really value on your squad?
Well, my friends, right? Like Krista, who just left me, one of my really close friends, who hasn't changed up. My managers, my tour manager, my where's he at? One of my producers and videographers. I've been with him from day one. He knew me before any of this shit. Just the people I love. Everyone's on my squad though, man. If you're cool as shit, you're on my squad. Like, cool. Yes. Hi.
My name is Kezra.
What's your name?
Kezra.
Kezra.
And I wanted to say, because, you know, I really liked your story because I kind of, not like, you know, plug myself, I kind of like relate to the story because like I just recently uprooted my entire life from like Florida just to come here. I was fighting to come here for like a whole year.
Okay.
And you said that when you uprooted and you moved to California that you started working just tirelessly. So
I hate that word too, by the way.
Right?
Go ahead.
Words. Did you like, what process did you go about like when you started working for like music? Did you like start immediately working, try to like make music happen, or did you start doing like other jobs and kind of like work the music in there to like kind of build yourself up to like an artist?
So I moved in with my manager. By the way, I don't recommend doing this. I have a really, really good sense of judgment. That's like my excuse for this. I didn't know my manager when I moved in with him. That shit could have gone so wrong. But I was living with my manager and his family, his wife and kids. I tried to apply to jobs, but I'm like a little slow. So I like filled all the applications out so wrong. But I had like a mic and a little baby studio. And I'd known some producers out there already. And I was just recording music. I was just creating a catalog and recording music. And from that catalog that I created, people started talking to each other. Yo, do you know this new girl that just came into town? Her name is Bibi. Maybe you want to work with her. And cool. And then before you knew it, I was in all these different rooms.
So you already had a manager before you moved?
Yeah. But I didn't know him that well. He just happened to be mad cool, and it happened to click. You know what I mean? So that was, you know, luck, I suppose. But yeah, I did.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
And you jumped.
Yeah, I jumped.
And
I
you
did.
happened to fly.
Yes. Thank you, God. Who's next? Yes. Yes.
I just want to say I absolutely adore your music.
Hearts.
Your videos are so bomb.
Thank you.
But my question is, so you probably were terrified. I completely understand that. But what is a new fear? Like, what's the next step for you? What are you scared of?
Not being successful. Yeah, but not. I mean, not to my definition. I want to change the world. You know what I mean? I want the entire world. I want to change the system. I want to change status quo. I want to change what is perceived as an artist and what's not perceived as an artist, you know? I want to make it cool to fucking be exactly who you are. Like, I want to make that cool. You know what I mean? I don't want kids to look at me and want to be like me. I want kids to look at me and want to be like them all over the world, you know? So, yeah. Cool. Yes. Yes. You. Oh.
My name is Jordan. I just want to know how do you
separate like artist Bibi songwriting and like songwriting for other people? Because I know like songwriting is such a personal thing. Like how do you decide who you give your songs to and what's for you?
I don't separate it. And half the time, like I'm not the type of person, I've never gone out to shop my records. I've never been the artist that like goes out and is like, hey, take this song. So-and-so has never been like that. People have to fight me to get my songs. You know what I mean? My manager has to call me 10 million times and I have to hang up on him 10 million times. And, you know what I mean? And it's a real, because that's like, God, it's like giving away part of you, you know? So I don't, it's the same thing. Obviously when the song comes out on another artist, you kind of let it go. It's out in the world now, you know? But I don't separate it. That might be an imperfection of mine, right? In like professionalism in my professional life.
I don't think so.
But yeah, but I do think that that's part of what makes the songs like desirable. That's part of what makes all these artists want the song, because it sounds like something original.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that about my own shit?
That's all you.
Did you have a question?
Not a question, more like a
Uh-huh.
I knew you from Bibi Bourelly, like from your songs and your album, as opposed to Bitch Better Have Your Money, My Money. I just want to say like thank you because like I saw your album cover and it was like weird and dope as hell. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should listen to it. I listened to your songs and they were weird and dope as hell. And like coming from a weird kid myself, like I don't really fit in. Like the songs is like, okay, it's okay to fit in, it's okay to be used. I just want to thank you for that.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. That's so real.
You're not weird. You're not weird, you're normal.
We're low-key all
weird,
dog. Like, I don't know why people try to pretend like we're not all weird as fuck. Like, when you think about it, like, I guarantee you, everybody in this room has thought some weird shit in this room in the past hour. I promise you. Next question. This is fun. This is my favorite part. You, sir?
I know you talked about kind of the chronological period and where you started to where you are, but how do you deal with the in-between stages of new change, or, you know, we all have nights of like being in the studio and there's nothingness, or moving to a new place and kind of being stuck in a position. How do you deal with like the in-between stages of that?
Well, the same way we deal with life. Like, look, those in-between stages in life, I understand happen regardless, despite whether or not you seek them out or look for them or you don't. Just the same way everyone else does, right? Continuing to grind and continuing to push and just setting a goal for myself, you know? I don't accept the in-between stages. Like, I don't accept stagnancy. That, to me, that freaks me out, that scares me. You know what I mean? So when I feel like things are stagnant, I understand that what I have to do is step out of my comfort zone. And everyone hates doing that because that shit is weird and scary and everyone hates doing it. But when you do it like 5 times and every time you step out of your comfort zone, you're like, this is not so bad. Okay, I kind of like this. And eventually you soar and you fly, it just becomes a habit. You know, it's just a mentality, I suppose. Does that make sense? Did that answer your question? Okay. You, sir. You, yes.
I have a question, like, how did you find out about the scene? Like, because I've seen your SoundCloud, you like Playboy Cardi and all these like cool ass people. Like, how did you find out about the scene over here from Germany?
Well, I live in America. I live in LA, but I love music, dog. I'm still a fucking kid. Like, I ain't no like old head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still research like music, and I love trap. Like, I love trap. I'm so ratchet. And like, you know what I mean? So just through my homies, whatever, sending me music and stalking people on SoundCloud and listening to reposts. I didn't even know he was from here. Is that fucked up? Is he? Is Playboy Cardi from here?
No.
Oh, you mean from America? Oh, I mean, I'm also American. I have both passports. Hey, that's a bar. Anybody else have a question? You with the glasses?
We'll take 2 more. So that
3.
3 more?
Mm-hmm.
3 more.
A lot of us that are those answers were coming from, and like, you know, you made a decision based off of what someone else really wanted you to do, and like not what you necessarily wanted to do, and if there was anything like that you feel like you could take back.
Almost. And then this is going to be a very brutally honest answer.
Have at it.
Are you sure?
All right, go get them.
Almost. When my parents almost forced me to go to college, I'd be in college right now. Like, and I'm not saying school is super important, but that's the honest answer. I was close. Sorry. You guys mad at me? Okay.
I think most of them in here understand that sometimes the road less traveled works for certain people.
Yeah. You know what though? I haven't lived a lot of my life yet. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the next stage in my career is gonna be so pivotal.
Pivotal. I got you.
Pivotal and influential in how I'm going to turn out as an artist. If I maintain the desire to be who I am and to follow my intuition, at least if I fuck up, I could be mad at myself. That was my whole thing. Like, that's the way I always looked at it. Even when I wrote Higher, I wrote a song called Higher on the Anti album for Rihanna. And the reason why I have this song tattooed on me was because I wrote the song. First time I wrote the song, I failed, right? Kanye West walked into the room, he's like, no, this is not it. Mind you, I'm like, what the fuck? My life is ruined, my career's ruined, I suck, fuck. Luckily, he said, try again, right? And I was by myself, and I locked myself in a room. I was walking back and forth, smoked hella weed, you know what I mean? Mad stressed, like mad stressed. It's the truth, mad stressed. And I sat down, and finally, whatever, one of my homegirls called me from back home, and I was like, yo, what up? In my whole creative, like, you know, my creative panic attack, my homegirl called me and she was like, yo, what up? To ask me some inappropriate shit, of course. But meanwhile, she's cussing somebody out on the subway, right? She's like, move, get out the way, da, da, da. Which took me back to reality, right? Where I was from, what I came from. Finally, she kind of hears there's something wrong with me. She goes, bitch, what the fuck wrong with you? And I'm like, nothing, never mind. Don't worry about it. You're stressing me out. I hung up the phone. I sat down for 3 seconds. And I'm like, man, I'm just gonna write this. I'm not gonna think hard about it. I'm gonna do what I do. And at least that way, if they don't like it, or you know, if the world doesn't like it, or it's bad or whatever, I took the L. You know what I mean? I did what I wanted and I took the L. So I wrote the song Higher, and I called 2 writers in who I really, really respect to come listen to the song. After I wrote it, it was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, totally not industry standard. It's supposed to be 3 minutes and 30 seconds, you know what I mean? And they come in, they go, it's cool, but I think you should like talk about more current things. And I felt it. I felt that. And I was like, damn, I could change this now and listen to you, or I could just send it in the way I wanted to send it in to begin with, you know? The first way I did it. And if I change it and I listen to you, and like I don't win the way I want to win off of it, I'm gonna be mad, right? If I just send it in, then at least I know that I was myself, and I sent it in and it changed my life. You know what I mean? That was another point where I could have, again, conformed, you know, but chose not to. It was scary. It's not like it wasn't scary as shit not to. But because I didn't, I won off that, you know? That record opened the door for everything. That's why I have it tattooed on me, to remind me to always do what I feel. So yeah. Did that answer your question? Okay, cool.
One more.
One more. You.
Okay, so kind of bouncing off that question, how do you as a songwriter draw the line between hearing constructive criticism versus somebody trying to change you or what your sound is?
Well, being able to hear constructive criticism as far as writing is concerned is kind of taps into the part where you learn how to create music as a skill. Does that make sense? So, granted, I'm very intuitional, I'm very, you know, artsy and emotional as a person, but I still know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't know the formats. I still know the formats, which is where, like I said, school and education comes into play, right?
Right.
I just decided to say fuck the format. You know what I mean? What was the question again? Sorry.
Like, where do you draw that line between constructive criticism versus like thinking that somebody else is trying to change your song or like your sound?
Well, I think all criticism is constructive. I never think that somebody's trying to like they might be trying to change me, but I don't think it's malicious. You know what I mean? It's just deciding what you feel like is going to change the song or change the motive or the direction of the song or what you don't, right? If I think to myself, if you give me constructive criticism on a song, you say, you know, Bibi, I don't really like the way you say "and" in that line. I'm gonna take it into consideration. I'm not gonna dismiss it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be, belligerent and unintelligent and not listen to what you have to say. I'm gonna take it in, and then I'm gonna listen to the song again, and I might listen to it again, and I'm gonna say, either yeah, you're right, and sounds better, it just flows better, or I'm gonna say, no, but if you replace and with is, it changes the entire meaning of the record.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just through thinking it through 4 or 5 times. I also don't want to give the wrong impression into making you guys think that like belligerence is the way to become successful. Like, you still have to be an intelligent person. Like, you still have to take people in and listen, and it's just up to you to kind of decide whether or not this applies to your life or it doesn't. Does that make sense? Cool.
Well, everybody give it up for Bibi Bourelly.
You guys are lit.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Give me love, baby. Wow. You look beautiful.
Awesome sauce.
Thank you guys for coming out.
So if anyone wants to go to the show tonight, they're giving away a pair of tickets. It's 21 plus. So if you can tweet at Get Informed, or it's 21 plus. If you can tweet at Get Informed, hashtag Free the Real. That's her EP that's out. Then we'll randomly select some winners, and we'll put you on the guest list that we'll call. Thank you.